All right, and thank you guys for joining me again. And this time I'm going to be interviewing one of the headmen of AniClash, which will be Altria Pendrago. And he is, well known for his S, but in BB Tech he plays a little bit of a different team. So, Altria, you go on ahead and introduce yourself for us, please.
What's up, guys? Altria Pendrago here, one of the insiders for AniClash, and as Legion just said, yes, I am mainly known for my S play, and my current main team is S Batista right now.
So you went to Evo this past couple weeks, and that was your first major, wasn't it? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so what did you do to prep for it? Did you have to learn? Did you learn any specific matchups or any interesting tech before you went?
Well, since I decided to go with just BB tag only, it was kind of just learning the game in general. I went with that game because it's pretty much, it's an even playing field for all players, both new and veterans alike, into the fighting game community. So, just pretty much learn what my characters can do, and just play games and learn the matchups that way.
Yeah, I guess that's a pretty good point. Given that how fast that the game had came out, and then when Evo was literally right around the corner. So, were you surprised by anything specific? We all know Evo's the biggest tournament of the year, so did it really live up to the hype as for Blaze Blue Tag or in general?
Yeah, definitely for what the game was and how soon it got released to when Evo happened. Surprising amount of participants, and what really surprised me about the games themselves was my first loss I was given to the hands of Kazunoko. Ripped me my first pull. He did a tech I haven't yet to see in that game after that point. It was cross combos and neutral with his Ruby and Gordeau. Never seen that before.
Which is the team that won the tournament. So
yeah.
And on that note, I'm seeing a lot of people trying to mimic that team.
Of course they do, because it obviously has been proven, and it's definitely we've always called certain combos and tech and neutral a blender, because you always seem to go back into something, but you got two slice wheels just twirling their blades around. That's a literal example of a blender.
Yeah, that's a really good point. They are called Team Scythe for a reason.
I had no idea how to combat it, but now that I know about it, I'm sure everyone will figure something out to combat it.
The most obvious thing that most people think about is, just hit the point character and, the assist automatically goes away. But of course, with the constant active switching, that becomes really difficult to do.
Oh yeah. Not to mention just how active the moves are, so it's like, okay, when can you press a button?
And when do I get a turn? So it's kind of like, you kind of have to literally wait out the storm in order for you to be able to do anything back. Let alone, be able to take a turn so you can actually fight back.
Could have sworn we left that nonsense back in Fighters.
To be fair, at least on the upside of BB Tag, at least we have an active switch meter, so, it won't last forever, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to deal with this at all.
True.
Especially when, Gordeau, he has that command grab, which also makes you think, okay, well, maybe I don't want to be blocking right in front of him at all.
Yeah, but as for the event itself, like I said, the tournament was good while I was still participating, and other than that, it was just another convention. It was good for what it was. It would be more fun if I had friends I brought with me, which I hope maybe you and some other guys join me next year. But what I really liked was the friendliness of the people there. When I was having my stick being customized there, I found a booth that was some tag friendlies. People asked if I want to get in. Said I need to borrow someone's stick. Then mine's in the kind of getting customized, and people let me borrow their stick.
Yes, that's really nice, because I don't know if you saw over the past I'd probably say it was this recent week. There was a little bit of an issue with the Smash community where apparently a professional player wanted to do a money match, and he wanted people to just get up off of a setup. But at least it's good to know that in the Blaze Blue community, we actually have people who are nice enough to pull people in versus kick them off of setup. So that's really nice to know.
Let's not get into the Smash community. That's a hornet's nest I don't want to really
kick.
Yeah, let's not shake that.
Okay, well, moving on. So we know you play S. So who did you partner her with for the tournament? You said Batista. So how did you really settle on that team?
Well, when the game first came out, obviously S was one of the default characters, so that was automatic. Okay, that's slot one. And then at that point, I was kind of just going through a cycle of potential, partners. First was Ruby, and people were kind of probably wondering why did you drop Ruby. In my case, just how her buttons and combo structure work and how I did things. She would drop combos mid swing when I got to the B button. So, and there were a couple killing combos that she just randomly dropped, and I ended up losing the whole set. After that, went to Narukami, but Persona characters for me just play kind of weird.
Yeah, I have to.
Used to.
Yeah, I have to definitely say that the Persona characters are absolutely the weirdest characters in the game because they have an entire button dedicated to their persona, or it's virtually not there at all. So it is definitely kind of a little odd how they have them set up.
They're kind of like pseudo puppet characters, like is a way to look at it.
Yes! I never thought of it that way.
Because you can have the persona out there doing the move, but you didn't do all actions, back away, the persona's still there, then you still press something, and the persona will do something else.
I had not considered that. I never thought of thinking of it that way. That's actually a really good way of looking at that.
And then, I actually had to thank you for, the reason why I went for this team, Legion, was you showed me that 4-bar unblockable they have.
And
if it shoots her big laser out my opponent's airborne, I immediately GHC into S, and then I DP, and then I can combo at that point. That setup alone was enough to go okay, and they have a unique interaction, even better. And they're practically the same character from their respective universe. Just one's more of a napper, one's the pudding lover.
I hope Mori doesn't patch that, because I am not gonna lie, the team that I use that same trick on, which is Weiss and Batista, I rely on that a lot. I mean, I am telling you, 9K for, literally one for like just two supers hitting back to back, that's pretty good given what they can do.
Yeah, but with those two, I can get usually up to 7.8K once I get the setup completed.
That's pretty good actually, because you're really
one of those things. If I know my opponent's about to die, well, and I have 4 bars, Batista, you're taking point. Now, my opponent, jump. I'm begging you, just jump. Please, jump.
And a lot of people get jump happy when their health is low too, so that's actually a really good thing. So I'm sure you're aware of the controversy that a lot of people had surrounding the best of 3 going into EVO, and then the community as a whole wanting it to be a best of 5. So from your experience at EVO, was this warranted, or which would you have preferred?
Now that some time has come by and I've participated in a local tournament, it just when it comes to this, you can't really tell how fast these games are going to go until they actually come out. And EVO being as big as it is, and it needs lots of time for planning, they had no clue how fast these matches are going to go. So the standard 2 out of 3 is understandable. And I can't, and not to mention that table how things were, how they can do things. So 2 out of 3 made sense. Would I prefer best out of 5 for all matches? Absolutely. Apparently all the pools started like between half an hour to 2 hours late in the morning on day 1, and we still got done on time with best out of 3.
Which kind of sends a giant red flag. If you can start 2 hours late for a pool and still end on time, that kind of says that the game may be ending a little too fast.
Now, with that being said, on my last local, I had one of the organizers come up to me, because apparently he doesn't know BlazBlue at all, so he was just wondering, we're approaching 20 minutes for this one set. What's going on? Does it usually last this long? Because I raised an eyebrow going, absolutely not. Let me check what's going on. I look at what's going on, and they just finished, and I looked at the teams, and okay, Yosuke was one of the combatants, and Yosuke can kill a lot of time.
Boy,
Especially,
can
because Yosuke does the air flips, and then the opponent knows, okay, he's setting me up, setting here and wait, and Yosuke can stay up there for a long time waiting for that opening that may never come.
Yeah, and that was called the quote-unquote path to peace when it was done at Evo, and that ticked off a lot of people, and the other side of people, the aisle, were saying, "Oh, it's a really good tactic," and to me personally, I think it's a scummy idea to just hit your opponent a few times and then stay in the air, and I mean, not a very large amount of the cast can combat that, so it was a little bit scummy, but. It is what it is.
In my personal, I wouldn't mind doing the best of 5, especially when I got kicked out of the tournament. I know, it was by my own fault that I fell into bad habits and didn't recognize that I fell into bad habits and got downloaded. If I would have had that last match, I may have clicked like, oh, I need to stop doing that and do something else.
Well, that's what growth is for. So I mean,
but hindsight's 2020.
Exactly. So, with the Arc Revo, obviously Arc is going to be keeping this game alive for at least an entire year. So we're going to be having, an entire year's worth of majors to watch and we already do know there is going to be a Season 2 for this game because Season 1 is already complete. And the Fifth Fate was hinted at, or, wasn't even hinted at. It was literally told there is another series coming at EVO. So we will be getting a Season 2. It just comes down to who all's in it. So
definitely looking forward to that.
Oh, absolutely. So on that note, out of the newest 9 characters that were added after EVO, which one were you most likely to pick up?
Yuzu Riha. Right now, I'm currently working on a sub team with her and Hyde. The interaction between those two is just adorable, and there's something about Yuzu. Everything she does just makes me just smile. Doing her fine style, how she talks, moves, is just, oh my god.
I mean, Yuzu's actually pretty good. I mean, if I were to build a tier list, I'm guaranteeing you she's definitely somewhere at the top. Because of the way she can, pretty much she's been compared to Virgil from the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 game. Because of how well she can space people out and, teleport around.
Yeah, I've yet to master all of that, so probably that's why I'm having high tier stuff, but yeah, I'll figure it out. I do like the fact that she's got huge range on her sword, and she can teleport around and do some pseudo mix-ups. Not very real mix-ups, but they're there. And Hyde is just Hyde.
I mean, Hyde is definitely one of the strongest partners any character can have. And,
I like the fact that he hits you with his sword. That's chip damage.
Absolutely, and then his specials do even more. So it's kind of like taking a light to the face without blocking. So it's
something that can scare your opponent, guaranteed.
And double that in resonance.
So, last question, I'll let you go. So what series do you hope the Fifth Fate is?
Alright, that's a 2-part answer. So what I think it will be, between the 2 options, I wouldn't mind being Senran Kagura for the possibilities, because I know what Senran Kagura is, and then apparently there's some data from the data mines that scrounge out that feeling points in that direction. Even though the Hyperdimension Neptunia, definitely, Murray said he likes that series too. But between those 2, I would want Senran. Now, let's go into fantasy booking and any series I want to add it, the Fate series.
Ah, that's right, because you are a huge lover of that series, as I recall.
Yep, and so is Mori. Apparently, he plays Fate Grand Order and all that fun jazz, so he knows of it. He knows of it. And, and people have been asking for a Fate fighting game made by Arc System work, so who knows?
I think that Arc System is actually just stepping into their own, and people realizing, how well they actually build their games, and are starting to just request a lot of things, especially after how Dragon Ball FighterZ turned out. Not my cup of tea, but it did turn out a lot better than people expected it to turn out. especially.
Visually, you can't get much better than what Dragon Ball FighterZ looks.
I will never dispute that. Absolutely.
When it comes to how it captures the essence of what Dragon Ball is all about, when it comes to visuals and fighting. Oh my god, that game captured it to a T. Every time we get a new DLC, it's like there hasn't been a fumble yet.
Exactly, and then on top of that, there are so many interactions that you can see in Dragon Ball FighterZ where if you look at the manga or the old anime, you can see the screen captures that were used to make those moves. So
every move every character makes is a reference to something.
Exactly. So it's like they really did take their time and go off of the source material for that. They really did outdo themselves.
Yeah, but if it's some no miracle, Fate is the 5th series. Everything's getting dropped, and Saber is going to be my new main, and I'll figure out the ideal partner in that same universe to kick ass and take names.
Well, on that note, I do know that you also run a YouTube channel. Is that correct?
Yes, I started a new YouTube channel. I'll be starting tomorrow. I'm writing the script for my next review, which be the review for the latest Fate movie, Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Field, Presage Flower. This is the first movie of the Heaven's Field trilogy, and I've seen the movie 3 times, and I got almost 2 pages of notes, so look forward to that, guys.
Okay, and the link to Altria's YouTube channel will be in the linked description below. Ooh, stumbling over my own words. But I will go on ahead and let you go, Altria. I definitely do appreciate you spending some time with me and speaking on your EVO experience, good sir.
It was a great time, and hopefully for next year, hopefully I can go next year. It depends, what my day job does for me, and get some friends together, and we can all have a good time.
So that's it, guys. If you're ever going to a tournament, try to take friends with you. It apparently does help. But that is myself, Legion, and with my guest, Altria, we will be signing off here, and I do appreciate everyone for listening and watching.